What if I told you that some horror movie villains could literally destroy reality itself, while others can barely be scratched by bullets? Today, we're settling one of the biggest debates in horror history. Who is the strongest horror movie villain of all time? We're talking raw power, terrifying abilities, and straight-up nightmare fuel. And trust me, the answer might surprise you. What's up, everyone? Today we're diving into something I've wanted to cover for a while now: the ultimate horror villain power ranking. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do we even measure this? Are we talking about kill counts, immortality, reality-bending powers? Well, we're considering everything: their abilities, their weaknesses, how hard they are to stop, and just how much destruction they can actually cause. I've narrowed it down to 7 of the most iconic and powerful villains in horror movie history, and by the end of this video, we'll crown one of them as the absolute strongest. So buckle up, this is going to get intense. Let's start with a classic: Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th franchise. Jason is the undead mama's boy who's been terrorizing Camp Crystal Lake for decades. He was a boy who drowned because camp counselors weren't paying attention, and now he's back with a vengeance. Literally. So what makes Jason so dangerous? First off, the guy is practically unkillable. He's been stabbed, shot, blown up, drowned again, and even sent to space. Yes, space. And he still keeps coming back. Jason has superhuman strength. We're talking about a man who can crush skulls with his bare hands and punch straight through people. He's also got this eerie ability to just appear wherever his victims are, like he's got some kind of supernatural tracking system. But here's the thing: Jason does have weaknesses. He's not exactly a strategic genius. He's more of a brute force kind of villain, slow, methodical, but not particularly intelligent. And while he's incredibly hard to kill, he has been stopped before. Multiple times, actually. So Jason is definitely a powerhouse, but is he the strongest? Let's keep going. Next up, we have Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy is a burned, disfigured serial killer who attacks teenagers in their dreams. And here's where things get interesting. In the dream world, Freddy is basically a god. Think about it. When you're dreaming, Freddy controls everything. He can warp reality, transform into anything he wants, and kill you in the most creative and horrifying ways imaginable. And if you die in your dream, you die in real life. Freddy's powers are insane. He can manipulate the entire dream landscape, read your fears, and use them against you. He's also got those iconic razor-sharp glove blades, but honestly, those are just for show compared to what he can actually do. But Freddy has a major weakness. He only has power in dreams. In the real world, he's basically nothing. If you can stay awake, or if you can pull him out of the dream world, he becomes vulnerable. He's been defeated multiple times by being dragged into reality. So Freddy is incredibly powerful in his domain. But outside of it, he's got limitations. Big ones. Now let's talk about the Shape himself. Michael Myers from Halloween. Michael is pure evil in human form. He escaped from a mental institution and went on a killing spree that's lasted for over 40 years across multiple timelines. The guy just doesn't stop. What makes Michael terrifying is his relentlessness. He doesn't run, he doesn't talk. He just walks toward you with that blank white mask, and you know you're in trouble. He's got superhuman durability. He's been shot 6 times and fell off a balcony in the first movie, and he just got up and walked away. Michael also seems to have some kind of supernatural element to him. Some movies suggest he's powered by pure evil itself, which makes him nearly impossible to kill. He's strong, silent, and absolutely unstoppable when he's locked onto a target. But compared to some of the others on this list, Michael's powers are more grounded. He's tough, sure, but he doesn't have reality warping abilities or control over dimensions. He's been temporarily stopped multiple times, even if he always comes back eventually. Michael is iconic, but is he the strongest? I'm not convinced yet. Time to raise the stakes. Let's talk about Pinhead from Hellraiser. Pinhead isn't just some slasher villain. He's a Cenobite, an extra-dimensional being from a realm of eternal suffering. He used to be human, but now he's something far beyond that. Pinhead's powers are on a completely different level. He can summon chains with hooks that rip people apart, tear open portals to other dimensions, and drag souls to hell for eternity. He doesn't just kill you, he makes you experience pain beyond anything you could imagine forever. What makes Pinhead truly dangerous is that he's intelligent, calculated, and almost impossible to defeat. He exists outside normal reality. You can't just shoot him or stab him and expect that to work. He's been around for centuries, maybe longer, and he's got knowledge and power that most horror villains can't even comprehend. But Pinhead does have rules. He only comes when someone solves the puzzle box, the lament configuration. If you don't open the box, he can't touch you. And there have been cases where clever humans have managed to trick or bargain with him. So Pinhead is extremely powerful, no question. But he's not quite unstoppable. Let's bring in one of the most terrifying villains in recent memory, Pennywise from It. Now Pennywise isn't just a creepy clown. He's an ancient cosmic entity that's existed since before the universe was even created. His true form is so incomprehensible that looking at it can drive you insane. Pennywise feeds on fear, and he's a master shapeshifter. He can become your worst nightmare, literally. He's got telepathic powers, he can manipulate reality, create illusions, and he's nearly immortal. We're talking about a being that's been around for millions, possibly billions of years. What makes Pennywise so dangerous is his intelligence combined with his powers. He's not just strong, he's smart, manipulative, and he knows exactly how to break you mentally before he even touches you physically. But Pennywise has weaknesses too. He's vulnerable when his victims aren't afraid of him. That's how the Losers Club defeated him, both as kids and as adults. If you can overcome your fear and fight back, Pennywise loses a lot of his power. He's also bound to the town of Derry and operates on a cycle, waking up every 27 years. So Pennywise is incredibly powerful, ancient, and cosmic. But he can be beaten. The question is there anyone stronger? Let's talk about Candyman from the film series of the same name. Candyman is the vengeful spirit of Daniel Robitaille, an artist who was brutally murdered in the 19th century. Now he exists as an urban legend, and here's the scary part. He's powered by belief itself. The more people believe in Candyman, the more powerful he becomes. He can appear anywhere if you say his name 5 times in a mirror. He's got a hook for a hand, he controls swarms of bees, and he's essentially immortal as long as people remember his story. Candyman's powers are tied to collective consciousness and mythology. He can't truly be killed because he's not just a physical being anymore. He's an idea, a legend, a symbol of injustice and rage. And ideas are very hard to destroy. But Candyman's power is also his weakness. If people stop believing in him, if his story is forgotten, he loses his strength. He's also somewhat limited in scope compared to cosmic entities. He's terrifying and powerful, but he operates on a smaller scale. Candyman is unique and incredibly dangerous. But I don't think he's quite at the top of this list. Finally, let's talk about Kayako from The Grudge. Kayako is an onryo, a vengeful Japanese ghost who was murdered along with her son. And she's created a curse that's absolutely unstoppable. Here's what makes Kayako so terrifying. Anyone who enters the house where she died becomes cursed, and that curse spreads like a disease. Once you're cursed, you're already dead. It's just a matter of time. Kayako can appear anywhere, anytime. She doesn't follow normal rules of space or time. She can manifest in multiple places at once, and there's no escaping her once she's marked. You can run to another country, and she'll still find you. You can try every method imaginable to break the curse, and nothing works. The Grudge curse is one of the few horror movie threats that's genuinely unbeatable. There's no solution, no magical item, no way to fight back. In the movies, almost no one survives once they're cursed. And those who do, they just spread the curse to more people. Kayako's weakness is that she's tied to a specific curse system. She's not out causing mass destruction or reshaping reality on a global scale. Her power is focused, but within that focus, she's absolutely unstoppable. So now we've got our lineup. Let's break this down. Jason, Michael, and the physical slashers are tough and relentless, but they're ultimately limited by their physical forms. They can be slowed down even if they can't be permanently killed. Freddy has godlike powers in dreams, but only in dreams. That's a huge limitation. Pinhead operates on a higher dimensional level and commands unimaginable power, but he's bound by rules and the puzzle box. Pennywise is an ancient cosmic entity with reality-warping abilities, but he can be defeated by conquering fear. Candyman is powered by belief and can't truly die, but his scope is limited. And Kayako has an unstoppable curse that spreads and kills without fail. So who wins? Who is the strongest? Here's my verdict. The strongest horror movie villain is Pennywise. Now hear me out. I know Kayako's curse is technically unbeatable, and that's terrifying. But we're talking about raw power and scope here. Pennywise is a cosmic entity that existed before creation itself. His true form exists outside our reality in a place called the Deadlights, and just glimpsing it can destroy your mind. He's not bound by physical laws. He can manipulate reality on a massive scale, and he's essentially immortal. Yes, he has a weakness to fearlessness, but that weakness requires incredible mental strength that most people simply don't have. The Losers Club only defeated him through the power of friendship, belief, and ritual, and even then it took them trying twice, once as children and once as adults, to finally put him down. And some interpretations suggest he's not even truly dead, just sleeping again. When you compare Pennywise to the others, his combination of cosmic-level power, intelligence, shape-shifting, reality manipulation, and near immortality puts him at the top. He's not just strong in one area, he's a complete package of horror villain abilities taken to the extreme. Kayako is a close second because of her unstoppable curse. But in a direct confrontation of pure power, Pennywise would win. So there you have it. Pennywise the Dancing Clown is, in my opinion, the strongest horror movie villain of all time. But what do you think? Do you agree? Or do you think someone else deserves the title? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more horror content. And if you want to see more villain rankings or horror deep dives, let me know what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there, and whatever you do, don't look into the deadlights. Peace.